Okay, hi everybody. I'm back after a little while. I was busy and working a little bit and just got tired. But here we are at St. Mary's Grotto. This is Mother's Day. I wanted to get out here and show you guys a good picture of it, but people were starting to crowd it, and I didn't want to disturb them as they were there to pray and I was there to fly my drone. So over here is the statue of Pope uh, Pope John Paul II, Saint Pope John Paul II. So, that's pretty cool. But like I said, I wasn't going to get too close to none of this stuff with people because, people were all around and I was catching a few dirty looks, but I was there first, so they can shut it. But anyways, yeah, it's a pretty cool statue. And then there's another one like to the left around those trees. I was going to go there, but, those people were praying and doing whatever. So I wanted to give them their space. And be a little respectful. And plus, it was like I said, it's Mother's Day. Carrie and the kids were in the car waiting, and they weren't as excited to be here as I was. Now, this is a pretty cool shot. I'm starting out from in front of the school, the high school, and we're just walking down the path here, and I got the drone a little bit ahead of me, and up probably about probably about 25 feet or so, 20 feet. That was pretty cool. I got my co-pilot Jack, who was here with me. You'll see him in a minute. And, I'm just walking and, pushing it forward a little bit and steering around the tree branches. Those had me a little nervous. I got my brand new propellers on this. I had to put the new propellers on. I had a faux pas, we'll say. I caught some rogue EM signals and it crashed me into a big bush and broke a propeller. But the drone's okay. And so I got better propellers. They're supposed to add 3 minutes to the battery life, and they're like 60 or 80 decibels, quieter supposedly, which is cool, I guess. But I really like that shot walking down the sidewalk there. Kind of wish I'd have went all the way to the seminary, but whatever. And the music you're hearing, it's supposed to be free music that's made to put on videos, and so hopefully I won't have a problem with YouTube. To tell you the truth, I don't know what it sounds like. I didn't really listen to it, so it'll be a surprise for me too. It's called Drone. I don't know, or maybe that's the name of the person who made it. It says Drone Silicon Transmitter. I don't know. But anyways, there it is. Now here we go. Here's the old gym there we're looking at on the left, and there's the high school to the right, as I remember it. And, a lot of memories there. The parking lot behind the old gym there goes to the dormitory. And, I always, whenever I see this view or see that parking lot, I'm always taken back to this one time in freshman year. We had, most of the freshman class had to go to the old gym for something or other. Well, here, I'll tell you that story in a minute, but underneath that tower there to the right was a weight room, little sweaty sweat box, and I thought it was pretty cool. This building here is the admin building. Used to have the nicest little old lady nun in there. Sweet little old lady, she was a nurse and, the school nurse and just, a real sweet lady. And let's see, this building that we're coming under now, can't remember what that was called, but the next one I believe is, they called it the Ark. It was like the art gallery for St. Mary's, a bunch of pictures and stuff in there. And the building straight ahead there is a seminary. And the building to the right is the old boathouse, or not the boathouse. Damn, what was that building called? The boathouse was behind it. But anyways, the old school bookstore used to be in there, but I think it's got its own building now. As a matter of fact, I know they do. I had a case I was working a few years back, and I had to come up to the campus here, St. Mary's, talk to a couple kids that were involved in the case. They weren't the bad guy or nothing, but whatever. So here we go. Flip the bird around, and we're looking at the main chapel now. And, wonderful building. The shape of it's pretty cool. They told us that was the hand, was supposed to represent hands coming together to pray. And that's cool. And the statue of the Blessed Virgin there. It's supposed to be one of the largest hanging statues in the world. They told us what number it was, but I can't remember. And back behind there is the Dombrowski Fieldhouse. We're going to come down here a little bit and look at the statue. There's a bunch of people around and stuff, and I didn't want to disturb them, and honestly, more than that, I didn't want them disturbing me while I was flying, because you kind of have to pay attention to what you're doing a little bit so you don't hit a tree or you can control the shot. All right, here I'm going to come up to the statue and look. There's something I got to know here, so I'm going to go check it out. And very important. When we were kids going to school here, one of the big things to do was steal each other's room keys and throw them up in Mary's crown there. And then you were just screwed. You had to get a new one, and big pain in the butt. But that's what we used to do. We used to play Greenfield Village also in all the bushes, and well, anyways, here I'm flying over the top of the chapel, and that's a view you don't see. I remember back in the day, Brother Joe telling us if we ever climbed up there, he'd be waiting for us at the bottom to expel us. Now here, all the keys are gone. I don't know what happened, but by my count, there should have been something like 80 keys up there. But well, that's an exaggeration, but maybe not. I don't know. I just remember all those keys flying up there all the time. So here we are. We're going to check out the football field. I know these cuts are a little bit rough, but whatever. Anyways, I remember when they painted it red, and a lot of people complained about it, but I kind of like it. I was green when I went there. Not that it mattered. I didn't play football, but I think it looks pretty sharp, and it's definitely distinctive. And they did a great job. It's a beautiful field, and that's cool. And you see the track going around the field for the runners. And every time I look at that, when I'm there or drive by or whatever, I always think of Tim Topolinsky. That kid. Yeah, I bet you he's running right now. He's probably every day when he's not working, he's running. I bet. Or at least I hope so, because I know that's what he used to want. Hope he's doing well. And I really like this landscaping here they did. I think that's pretty sharp. Looks good from the ground too, but from here it's real pretty. I like it. And here I thought I cut this out, but I must have got confused on the cuts. But I'm going to move over here and get the whole field into the frame, and that'll be cool. Again, I don't know what's up with the music. It's free music, so I don't know. It's kind of exciting when I'm going to listen to this, watch this when I'm done, and we'll see how it turns out. But whatever, you get what you pay for. So, boy, I wish I'd have cut this better. But yeah, isn't that a good-looking field? Here we go. This is the shot I'm talking about. That's a good-looking football field, and very distinctive, and lots of money spent on that, I'm sure. All right, we cut out here, and I flew the drone down to the edge of the field down there by Orchard Lake and Commerce. I'm turning it around, and we're going to see all of St. Mary's now, and a little bit more actually. That's Commerce Road going up there, and there's St. Mary's, Orchard Lake, and there's Orchard Lake behind it, Apple Island, where Chief Pontiac lived. And here we go. I'm about, I'd say, 300 feet in the sky for just about most of this video, when I'm over the football field and all that. And it was a beautiful day. Like I said, it was Mother's Day. I felt a little rushed. Like I said, Carrie and the kids were in the car, and not everybody enjoys waiting on me while I do this. Can't imagine why, but whatever. There's the field house, and up there to the left, the next building is the dormitory. Of course, there's the chapel. To the right of the chapel is the cafeteria, and then you see that sidewalk going from the dorm up to the back of the old gym in the parking lot. Funny story though is I remember one night being a freshman, we all had to go to the it was either the school or the old gym or something, and we're walking back, and one of my classmates, we'll just call him by his first name, Sean. Anybody who was one of my classmates should remember him. Anyways, wild child. He goes running across the parking lot, and one of our teachers, Mr. K, had this gray Fiero he'd parked there. And Sean, being the wild man he was, he decides he's just going to run, jump on the trunk, run over the hood and down, or the cab of the car and over down the hood, and keep running. And little did we know that Mr. K was actually in the car entertaining a friend. And oh boy, that was a funny night. Yeah, it wasn't funny for Sean, but it was funny for us. So anyways, hope you're doing well, Sean. Mr. K, if you ever see this video, good times. So here we go, St. Mary's. There's the seminary, St. Cyril and Methodius Seminary, and that building looks like it's in the circle there. That's the new chapel they built off of it. It's really nice in there. I went there. When was I there? It was Founders Day a couple years ago. Really nice. And they always do a good job on their